All righty, welcome back, everybody, to another week of coverage, another week of action here. As of course, my phone goes just dinging. We'll turn that off. Here we go, folks. Shea Cole versus Jillian Phillips, our queen seat matchup. I'm excited. I know Sean is. He's shaking his head, but he is shaking his head
at your oldness.
Match.
Yeah, what did you just get older by not turning down your phone volume for once? Usually, it's the old people.
I was waiting on a phone call today. I turned off the silent for that, and of course I forgot. So
you know what they say about excuses. So listen, let's talk, because the tale to get to this spot for both players has been honestly very tough opponents, right? You got Shea Cole, who went through Lane Lysak 7-0. Then Kaylee Beard, Olivia Terry gave her a tough run last week. 7-5 was the victory there for Shea. And to get to the spot, she is number one in win percentage, right? Through that field. And then you look at the bottom side for Jillian, Therese Cheeser, Jenny Howd, and then Taylor Thaxton in that top four match that we saw. And we saw domination from Jillian in that one, right? To get to this point. And she has the second highest win percentage. So for them to run through that tough of a field and still have above 70% for both of them as their win percentage is just impressive. And I'm looking forward to the battle tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty impressive, man. And you're talking what is a 2-game differential between Jillian and Shea overall.
I think it's one, right?
I may have miswrote. I thought I saw 28, but I wrote down 27 for Shea Cole. She's 21 for 27 is what I had. It could be 28, and then 21 for 29 for Jillian. But overall, I mean, the NPR definitely sways in favor of Shea Cole by a hefty margin. I mean, one mark plus. But the way that Jillian impressed us playing against Taylor Thaxton, I mean, she put on a good show against that one. And this could be a match that goes back and forth, similar to Olivia Terry's matchup last week, where maybe those starting legs are the differential here.
Yeah, and that's exactly right? If you're going to beat a Shea Cole tonight, if you're Jillian, you have to time everything perfectly, and holding your throw throughout the entirety of it is definitely part of that. She cannot give away a leg. It'll cost her. And she knows that heading into this, I'm sure. And she's always got confidence, and I'm not worried about Jillian's confidence. Shea, if Jillian hits hard early, it could cause Shea to panic a little bit potentially. And you never know. You never know in those types of scenarios, but I think it's going to be a good matchup anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that it could cause Shea to start thinking, and that could be bad for her. But at the end of the day, she is our defending champion, so she's going to be a tough beat tonight. There's no doubt about that. Well, let's get to it. Here about the tail of the tape. Go ahead, Sean, as it's Sean Sucks for the nickname.
Yep, Sean Sucks, Shea Cole, which I don't like any part of that when I say it fully. That comes off way worse than I thought it was going to. Rosemary Coyne is her vendor. She's playing out of Magoo's, which is what I feel like right now. She's playing for 20-plus years. Her average heading to this, of course, the Masterville 451. That is good enough for Division II of the CSC Challenger Series. 74.2% win rate. Throwing those booyah. Shea Cole, 18-gram darts. What more can you say? Defending champion, has dominated again this year. Obviously, the nickname's terrible, but other than that.
Of all time snickerdoodles, that was a pretty good snickerdoodle you got yourself in there, bud. I think that this is just 4.51. That's all you need to say about Shea Cole right here. As we'll go ahead and go over to Jillian Phillips, aka Fancy Pants, or vendor, of course. Go ahead.
Can we back up real quick and just say that nickname even sucks like in the middle part of it, like Sean Sucks Cole. Now it just sounds like it's someone named Cole, and that's also not good. So,
buddy,
all right, now let's go
down. You double down on it. My goodness. All right, he just never learns, does he? Vendor WWDL. Oh my goodness. Location is Redwoods Lounge. Been playing for 10 plus years. Our average right now is a 3.42, 68.8 win ratio. And then throwing some shot darts is what she's going with here today. I think that she's going to be rocking her best attire tonight. Yep. No doubt about that. She usually does. But if she can come out the way she did against Taylor, you never know. This one's could go neck and neck. Like I said, similar to the one last week where maybe we don't see a spread until the latter stages. Maybe leg 11 or 12 is where we see that spread happen. So I don't know.
I would say that's probably best case scenario for Jillian, is if that is the case. She's got to keep it close early, if not getting out in front in the lead. But we'll see what happens if Shea jumps out in front and Powerhouse is a couple 6 to start off this match. This could be a bit of a blowout, but we'll see. Let's go over those rules and specific format for this WCS if you've never watched before. First of all, welcome to the Queen Seat. It is a double elimination style tournament. This is the Queen Seat, so both players have 0 losses heading into this. The players will play a race to 7, best of 13 legs, all cricket, with a cork or 3-dart count up to start that match. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. And if either team is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. That's that PPD player advantage rule. And Will, if we go the distance.
And we go for speed.
Thank you, Will. Players will cork for start in that last leg decider. The winner guaranteed at least $1,500 here, Will.
Well, it'll be Shea Cole to start us off. Yeah, we do have a few people in the chat. We see you. The Bull Hitters joining us over on YouTube. Yeah. They're still up and going in the UK. Good to see them over in New York. Go check out some of their stuff coming out. Of course, they had a mega vlog come out. It was pretty neat. So
someone's featured in that a little bit.
Yeah, that was I told them, boys, what you didn't have to do me like that.
The yawn. It was after midnight for sure when that video was taken, and probably more 1 or 2 because that was well after the event was over on Friday night.
Definitely so. Let's get underway here. Shea, to start us off, as mentioned, only a 2 mark, so Jillian, if she can stomp on the gas here on these 20s, we'll steal the advantage away.
In her interview, she talks about her warm-up versus Shea, right? Shea warms up against one of those kind of premier men's player, and she does not take advantage there with only 2 mark to follow. This week it was Rick Hensey before the match because Mike was busy. Happy anniversary to Mike and Becky. And Jillian does not like to do that. She wants to warm up and play cricket by herself. And she says that she'll try and hit 9 marks on every number before she ends that cricket leg. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think everybody has their own unique ways of warming up. And it was interesting. While in New York, I did ask John Part his warm-up routine, and I was stunned to hear it. Do you know what it is?
Nope.
It is, I have to hit every treble and every double and every segment around the board. I said, so you just hit every target? He goes, yep, that's what I do. I go, oh, okay. He says, if I can do that, I know I'm raring to go.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems kind of boring, but all right. Go for it, John Part. You're a 3-time world champ.
I love John to death, but he is very baseline when it comes to a lot of things.
Yes, very much so. All right. Well,
Bailey and Welsh Jesus are the ones joining us from Bull Hitters tonight.
Oh, yeah. Figured so. They're usually the late night goers. Because over there, it's, 2 a.m. right now.
Yep. It's early compared to what it was in New York City, especially on that last night. Yeah, I think I remember walking back to the hotel at 5:30 in the morning.
It happens. When in New York.
It's good times. Sleep. Yeah.
Advantage Shea here.
Yeah, is taking control, right?
Go ahead and take the 18s. Yeah, go ahead and go to the extra number as well. She's got 3 houses her way, so she pretty much has this leg locked up unless something happens. a pure nightmare-ish situation for her.
Well, let's talk pure nightmare situation right now. Jillian has hit a total of 6 marks in 5 rounds of play. It's not going to help the confidence that early, but it is just the first leg. And the good news about Jillian is that she's played this WCS both seasons. She is used to kind of this format and kind of the marathon of it.
Yeah, it's certainly not the best of starts, no doubt about that. But just based on overall numbers, I mean, she'll kickstart probably in leg number 2 or 3 here. That's usually where she gets underway. Overall for the season, she got 5.9 marks, 1.8 mark, 19.7 marks. So not bad, as Shea does lock in the leg, 3.60.
And that's going to be one of the lower legs for Shea. And we do want to point that out, that's going to be one of the lower legs for Shea. Now, this is where Jillian can't do that again, right? Leg number 1 against the throw 1-2. You can get away with that. That's easy in this format. Whatever, game over, move on. You probably weren't going to win that leg anyway. She can't do that again, because if she gets down 2-0 against Shea, now Shea has that extension where Jillian will have to break the throw at least one time, and that is not good for the start.
No, that's unfortunate, really. So Shea looking to jump on top of this and attack, and if she can attack early here, it's going to make a statement. But we'll see. Kind of early in the game here. We all know that.
I don't know if you saw the comment earlier from Mama Kathy, but Mama said parents are there at the bar watching Jillian play tonight.
I love that.
Which is cool.
And as you see, unfortunately, we don't have that perspective of Jillian. Mm-hmm. We will try to get a location up and streaming in her area, or just so we, in case somebody else gets in the mix as well from nearby that can jump on the stream. So
got Jess Melton in that area too. So that would be definitely worth it. And these Utahns, they're sneaky good. Yeah,
I think we're starting to see these, what were hotbeds. We're starting to see more of them pop up and be prominent. I mentioned Oklahoma being really a prominent place. You said Utah as well. Yeah, I mean, there's these certain areas that look out. There's going to be a couple good shooters coming up and evolving. I mean, we saw one in here with Kobe Krishman in the chat. He's another up-and-comer that's going to do some damage here. Probably in the next year or two. He's already making some runs in some tournaments that are meaningful.
Yeah, which is, again, so cool to see for the future of this game. That's going to rely heavily on players like that, and more. I will say this looks more like it from Jillian. Boom goes the dynamite. What a start.
Hammer down and get you one.
That'll settle you down pretty quickly.
Our first of the evening will go to JP.
I do love a good nickname that is ironic, right? Now, the fancy pants part is the fact that she's just really fancy in what she wears. Glitter sparkles on her face that are masterfully done. She's always wearing her best dresses when she plays, but she wears dresses, which means that she really doesn't wear pants at all. So the fancy pants part of that was really funny.
All right, Sean. Other matches that happened tonight. Actually, I wanted to go ahead and mention that Nicole Hinshaw took on Olivia Terry. Olivia Terry coming out on top in that matchup. And then down in the bottom half is Meredith McGee taking on Taylor Thaxton. It was Taylor coming out on the top of that one. So the remaining 4 competitors here are these two, and then Olivia Terry, who's going to take on Taylor Thaxton next week. So, yeah, I think that we're set for a good top 4 here, it looks like.
Oh, for sure. And that's a big victory for Taylor over Murph. Murph has been the second best player this season in averages. A 3.79 is where she sits, whereas Taylor was at a 3.29. So Taylor scratched and clawed, or just performed more at the Taylor Thaxton level that we've been used to over the last little bit, really, would be my guess. But I'm excited to see what numbers come in from that. And as we look here at leg number 2, Shea is starting to put some pressure on. And that's her first. Boom goes the dynamite. We have 2 in this leg.
What a great time to hit that 9. As you can see, it gives her the 20-point sway here. Up to Jillian to counter and attack here. Does she go for the 17s? Yes, she does. Big close for her. It's a massive 6.
That's a huge dart.
It really is. Now you force Shea to a new number, and she really has to stay on it now. She had to stay on it before, really. You need really a 7 or 9.
And this is, if Shea has a weakness, which she doesn't in darts, I'm just going to point that out right away. But if she did, it would be probably on the corners. She is a much better scorer on those 20s, 18s, 19s, 17s than she is on the 16s, 15s. It's usually because she's already so far out in front when she gets to those numbers that she doesn't have to. That being said, why don't you just hit 7 of them and make me look like a liar? Thanks, Shea. Perfect.
I mean, she's putting pressure on when she really needs to. Okay, you can see Jillian does still have the advantage, though, so she can choose her poison, really. And she does elect to kind of take a stab at those 15s. I'm surprised she held for dart 3. Maybe she'll go up, but we'll see.
Math gives Shea an opportunity here.
Yes, but does she take it? Can't now.
She won't now. Yeah. Yeah, how about that? You see Spellman's comment in there. He's trying to get in that top 1,000 in the All-Star rank list. I saw a list today there from the Night Owls crew. I think we have 6 or 7 players from Indiana that are qualified right now.
Who cares, Sean? All right, back to some states that matter.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding.
All right, well. Will's never allowed in Indiana again.
You're false Midwest. What?
Crossroads of America, baby.
Crossroads threaten me with a good time, why don't you? 15's close for Jillian. Go back to points. That's the best. That's the best option, really. You take a stab at the Bulls. You could end up with 2. You could end up with more, but you could end up with none as well.
That's true. That's how that would work.
That is how that would work. Thanks, Matt Campbell.
I mean, you're the one who said that. When you shoot at the Bulls, you could end up with 6 or 5 or 4 or 3, maybe 2. You might get 1. You could also get 0. That's how that works. I didn't say it. Right. You did.
You're welcome. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Admit when you're wrong. Shea closing everything out. Forcing Jillian to go ahead and hit the Bulls here. And she's thinking, if I would only hit that triple sooner.
Well, there's a youngin on this list for qualifiers for next season.
Who's that?
A real youngin.
I'll drop a name.
Like a Liam Musser youngin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go.
And I don't know if he's still 14 or if he's 15 now. So I'm going to say 15.
I think he's 15.
I know that he'll yell at me if I say 14 and it's wrong. So I'm just going to say 15.
Always go up. Always go up with the younger kids. Yep. Jillian just need the 1 here. But that's exciting. We need that. We need those younger players to get involved. And I think the PDC is even thinking, hey, we just need a couple younger kids to really take off, and then that's all of a sudden your bread and butter for the future. You get a couple of those kids that really make things interesting, and there you go. 1-1 here.
Yeah, Jillian gets the leg on the board and holds her throw, which again, that was needed, and that was with Shea hitting some big scores in there too. So it's what Jillian's gonna have to do if she wants to win this match. She's got to stay close for as long as she can. Obviously, a break or an opportunity helps tremendously, but those are going to be few and far between when you have Shea Cole as your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it was good on Jillian to make that fight back in that leg, and you can see Shea trying everything she could to muster up and get that leg and make it 2-0. But yeah, good resilience, good fight back from Jillian, And she's looking to do the same here, possibly steal this leg, but we'll see what Shea does here. Yep, she does attack those 19s.
And I love that she went back up. Big dart.
Yeah. It's smart to go back up, attack those points, make sure you have the margin that matters, and know it's not going to get turned the other way, or at least in a margin that's going to affect you for that next round. Yeah, they may be ahead by a minute margin, but chances are I'm going to get that back even with 3 fats.
Yeah, I'm now in this case, if she goes down on dart 3, I would rather have gone down on dart 2 and 3 to just ensure they close in the 19s. But points are never a bad thing. Johnny, what's up, brother? I am probably not going to be in Orlando at the beginning of next month, but that is just good news for the CDC, who maybe bad news, because now I'll be in Indy for that. Probably bad news. Let's be honest.
No, we'll be somewhere. Most weekends we're going to be somewhere.
Well, that's how existing works, Will.
Another Matt Campbell moment. Thank you, Nick.
No, I will say I didn't come on here just to roast Will, but also Jillian. She brought up an interesting point in her interview, saying that she's played most of her matches.
Boom goes the dynamite for Jillian Phillips. JP.
She's played most of her matches alone, and she said that she was actually kind of worried tonight to me because there was going to be a couple spectators. She's like, I don't know why they want to come up. I'm like, it's the queen seat. It's a big deal. And she's like, yeah, I guess so. And I told her, I was like, you have to just remind the people that are spectating, hey, be seen, not heard, right? That's what I always tell people if they're watching a match, or if I'm ever watching a match, I remind myself that, and told her just to approach it like the rest. If you're not having fun with it, doesn't make a difference to spectators. But it is interesting that she realized that before this match and commented on it.
Agreed. I think that we only get the small perspective of the game screen from her view, so we don't get to see how many spectators are there. So yeah, it's a mentionable that's a factor here, and especially if it's mom and dad or whoever it may be that are good friends behind you, it can get a little emotional at times because you don't want to let them down. You don't want to, you got to get pumped up for the moment. You don't want to overdo it, right? So yeah, I think that she's put it out there like that is kind of honest from Jillian. That's good stuff.
Well, and you see Alex Pellman's comment right now. He says, to me, playing with support is much more difficult than playing without it or with hecklers. Just extra stress to play in front of people who are looking for you to play well. And for Jillian to acknowledge that actually is extremely smart of her to kind of prepare for, because you don't know how it feels until you have to experience it. So for the fact that she's going into it not expecting it to feel the same to her is a good thing.
We did see it with Taylor and Carrie. I mean, that kind of dynamic was a little bit weird than their normal juju that we see between them. And then all of a sudden you get the, this where we get Ronnie sitting alongside. Shea's obviously going to him for some support here and there, a little knuckle love. I mean, there's that dynamic too. So you can see it can go either way. Do you lean on him for a little support? Do you take the Taylor Carey mindset where it's like, no, you're going over there. You're going to mind your own business, and I'm going to take care of me. All right.
Yeah. Which again, to watch Olivia Terry do that after losing a couple leg straight, she was like, everyone out. We're done.
Go.
I'm going to disappoint myself. I don't need to disappoint anybody else. Get out of here. Like,
y'all just signed up for karaoke. Go.
I've always been a big believer of the buddy system, right? I got one person at the tournament where if you're still in, I'm watching all your matches. If I'm still in, you're watching all my matches if we're not playing at the same time. And then that way, if you have, I need to go talk to somebody, get my mind off the match or reset myself, I have someone to talk to. But they also know not to talk to me in the middle of the throw. And I think it's important to have a support system, whether that be right a couple feet behind you, like in Shea's case, or maybe across the dirt hall for other people's case.
I want tunnel vision. Doing my own thing. I don't care what's behind me. Just focus on the board and your game.
Yeah, it's actually not fun to sit there and support Will when you're playing or when he's playing, because you try to wave to him and he just acts like you don't even exist. And then I just walk away. Hey, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching along. We appreciate you.
Thanks for putting me on your USA bucket list, bullheaders. Appreciate it.
Well, Shea stomps on the gas here, and 80-point differential. So Jillian has to stay for at least 2 trip 16s. And she honestly should stay for just all 3. With the 18s and 20s the way of Shea, she'd be pressed to take her eyes off it.
And we are after the halfway point in the round, or in the rounds out. This is round 11. But I'm going to give some credit here to Jillian, because after leg number 1, she has stepped up her game here in leg 2 and 3 to really let Shea Cole know that there's going to be a battle here today. Against the throw, she is pressuring Shea, even with Shea having the 2 larger wedges at this point. It gives me a lot of confidence in the fact that Jillian is going to be able to battle tonight, and I'm really looking forward to that. Another 6 mark there.
I see we're approaching the 700 mark here. How about this from Shea? Not even taking a look to last dart. Meaningful dart with the last one as she grabs it with a 7. But yeah, I mean, 100-point spread before she even takes a look. And even with the 18s and 20s.
But again, that's because Jillian's hitting. Yeah.
And it's nothing that we're not used to seeing from Shea by any means. She's kind of takes this mindset and approach for most of her matches.
Oh, and another big dart from Shea. Just the LDC, baby. That last dart is counting hard right now. And nothing Jillian can really do about that. She's throwing a 4-2-3 in this leg. She's going to have to. I mean, that's what she needs to do. She's doing what she needs to do. It's just not. Shea's doing a little bit more.
When Shea's putting up this performance, you have to have a 5 is really what it is for you to make a dent in that 2018 margin. But yeah, to win it, just needs a single bull. Should get it. Gets it. 4-3-3 for Shea Cole.
To the 407 of Jillian. It's a 2-1 lead now for Shea. But Jillian's going to be there if she throws like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Shut down Shea Cole. Thanks, Mike. We have a new nickname. Shut down Shea Cole.
No, I like Sean Sucks better, especially when
it doesn't flow.
Blows your mind like it did earlier.
It does not flow well.
Yep, Sean Sucks.
Together. Think of John McDonald having to announce that, all right? Just think about that.
I just want to say the reason that it's Sean Sucks for the nickname this week is because I asked Shea, hey, do you have a nickname yet? And she goes, Sean Sucks. And I said, thank you. And I just took it. I didn't even ask anything else.
Epic, legit, man. That's legit.
She's fighting off on the 19s here. Needs a triple. Just a single to collect the wedge. I don't think Jillian will press on that number unless she collects 2 triples.
All right, so far, pretty chalk to start off this leg. We never actually got final scoreline predictions from us. Now it almost seems wrong to say something.
It's kind of a dull point. But if you really wanted to, we could.
At least 2-1.
Thanks, Nick.
Well, at least it's not going to be a skunk on either part.
Exactly. Jake's comment in there might be really funny. Like, that's really funny.
It's
no,
true.
that
That's
definitely
actually what you did.
Probably true. Yeah. So
there you go.
I heard a rumor that Jillian called Shea's bar and bought her around. And yeah, with today's technology and whatnot, being that you can Cash App or Venmo somebody or PayPal somebody,
Boom
to
goes
get a
the
massive
dynamite.
Yeah, I think that that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jillian's been doing that between for each one of her matches. So absolutely a fun little nod and a little camaraderie. I know Shea always likes to do a toast before her games as well. So it's a good way to make it feel a little bit closer connected, even though it's far apart.
Did you hear the new rumor that's like gonna happen? So Mike Maloney announced that he's going to buy everybody around that is in the CSC because he won last season.
Well, that's so nice.
That's so nice of you, Mike Maloney. That's so nice.
Thanks. On your anniversary? That's nice.
Incredible, Mike. You're so nice. Incredible guy. Let's all thank Mike Maloney for us. To make sure to tag him as well.
He's on his anniversary.
But that's really meaningful when you text somebody with that.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
All right, back to the match here. Shea fighting it off, and look at her. She took the pressure shot on the 20s just to take it away, force Jillian to a new wedge. What does Jillian go ahead and do here, though? Does she just say go to the 17s before electing those 18s? She's got this 99-point spread. Yeah, so she's taking the shot at the 18s. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure now. Sure. I think
that's a rut-row.
Yeah, because, well, if this situation, yeah, it really sucks. But even if you hit the 3, what if Shea comes up and hammers in a 9 on the 17s or even a 7? You're in a situation then.
I agree with you completely. I love Mike gets in there and he goes, "What you talking about, Willis?"
Nah, that's what you said to me, at least.
No, I was in the room. I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love. I mean, there's people who have like 7 kids. 4 is not even that many.
Not even that many. Just a small army in some places.
Oh, it's definitely a small army, and it's not in some places.
Massive.
Depending on the personality, that could be an actual army. My daughter would be right there at the front lines. Shea looking at the 16s. Only gets 4 of them. So, Jillian that was looking at the 16s. Shea now in control of the leg. And again, against the throw, this is dangerous. Because even in a loser start format, you're still going to have to break throws back if your opponent gets up multiple legs. Alex, no wonder you talk to a lot of people all the time. You must have gotten 0 attention when you were a kid with 14.
14.
My goodness.
That's unreal.
You know what I love? I love someone like Sissy who's in here. She's on multiple platforms. She's commented on both platforms. That's true right there.
Be like Sissy. Be like Paul Rogers. Watch on all your devices. Do it now.
If you want to.
Oh, you have to, or else Mike Maloney's not buying you a drink.
That's ridiculous. Wait, he said he was buying every person who watched the stream a drink? That's impressive.
What, Mike?
Mike, you don't.
That's incredible. We have over 600 people joining us. Throw them emojis in the chat for Mike Maloney, folks. Let's go.
That's like $3,000, Mike.
This is, I said, you can find yourself in a situation. Shea Cole put Jillian in a situation here, and now looking promising for this leg. I mean, 4-5-5 going into bulls here.
Yep, Shea, see if she just attacks the bulls. She's actually really good about making sure she does not leave a winning shot, and she did not do that. Math-wise, start 2, she could have gone at the bull, but that's okay. Yeah, and now Jillian lets off the gas a little bit, and Shea's going to be able to go 1-2 on the bull to make it a 3-1 lead and get that first separation. And to me, Will, this separation's too early and dangerous for Jillian.
I mean, yes, it's only a 2-leg spread, though. I think we've seen far worse. So if you storm back here, let's see it. But yeah, I mean, it can be a little concerning. We just know that that's back-to-back pretty good legs for Shea. Not her best of course, the overall tournament, but a 4-3-3 and a 4-3-8 is good.
Hey, I'm just going to address one of these comments real quick. Christopher David saying, I can't see Jillian's darts. If you actually hit subscribe, they show up.
No, they don't. They don't. But Chris, yeah, we just don't have her camera angle. That's why you're seeing her kind of at the bottom screen there.
It is.
But you can subscribe anyway.
We will say we have taken a massive stride and a massive jump from where we started to where we are now. I think we went from 10 packages to now over 60 packages. So we're working our way up, but we're just not there yet, I guess. That's funny. But there's a members only version of Jillian's stream. If you subscribe, become a member for only $100 a month.
And then we will just steal her live that she's watching and show it to everybody.
Yeah, no, it's totally understandable for new viewers.
Yeah,
it is kind of like, hey, what's going on here? It's a little hard to understand the remote kind of concept and how much it's taken off. But yeah, it really has just. I mean, we see how many of you viewers want to tune in on Wednesday nights or Monday nights and join in on the fun to watch these high quality players duel on this board. And I mean, kudos to technology for allowing us to do this because Sean, we say it all the time. Yep. You're in Indiana. I'm in Kansas. Sean's now in Illinois. He was in Florida running this bad boy. And then you got, of course, Shea in South Carolina and Jillian way over in Utah that's making this happen.
Yeah, I'm Sean. I'm the one from Indiana. Nick just moved to Illinois. For all those that are getting their hopes up that Sean moved to Illinois. Nope.
Oh, did I say Sean? Did I double down on Sean? My bad.
You double down on Sean.
My bad. Double down on Sean. Should have let it ride.
Nope, just Sean sucks. Shea Cole. That's the nickname.
Look at this. Look at this stuff from Jillian. This is exactly what you wanted to see. This is the fight back you wanted to see in this leg. Yeah, granted, Shea's not having her best turn here, but a 4-2-5. There we go.
Yeah, she's doing her job here for sure in this leg. The problem is, again, she's already down 3-1. But if it gets to a 3-2 scoreline, again, she's just one break of throw from matching it up. She doesn't need to do anything more than that to send us to a last leg decider. But really excited to give that comment.
Oh, I got to. Heather says, been shooting for 30 years. And if you would have told me when I was younger, I would be watching darts and playing darts, I would have laughed. I mean, yeah, it just that's preach. That's where we're at today. It's just how interesting things can be with this WCS, the CSC action. Just overall, the atmosphere of darts right now is just insane. Big pressure mark for a 7 there from Shea. Jillian, do you just go ahead and attack here on these 15s, knowing you've got the 3 wedges?
Oh, no.
That's what you
can't miss
to
them,
do.
Though.
Yeah, go up to the 20s again. Yeah, there you go.
Still
at least something.
Probably okay.
I don't know. I think if you're Shea, you got to hammer in another good mark on these 15s for you to take a chance. Yeah, try to find the triple. There you go.
And she found it.
Yeah,
45-point lead.
Yeah, that just puts the pressure on. Now, if Jillian goes up there and clunks the single, there's pressure on her throw. She feels that pressure even with 3 houses to her advantage. Here we go. She's still got a little pressure, knowing that if she misses, uh-oh. Now, does Shea take a shot?
It would go against how Shea usually plays if she does, but this is about the right time to do something like that.
Exactly. It's give or take. We'll see here. Yeah, it goes to the 15s. I think that's the smarter play for her. I expect her to honestly stay for the second. Yeah. Just to see if she could get a triple and then go somewhere. But hey, whatever works, she felt like that was her best play. Oh, massive triple. Massive triple from Jillian on the last dart.
Yeah, it allows... Well, Shea is going to continue to try and get that point lead back. Needs a triple to do so. Does find that once again, but now it's only 10 points. I would like to see Jillian just shut down the 15s.
Go ahead, yeah. Force her to take the turn, right?
Now she can't. I mean, she can, but...
You can see, I agree with your statement, man. Just go ahead and punch him away. Just get him out of there.
Make her essentially throw a white horse in order to stay in control,
That's essentially what it feels like. It feels like a white horse needed to hit. So it's like, force that pressure. She can do it. Heck, she's got one on the year already, but why not go ahead and force that hand? Now, I don't know if you do it here. You need now the points, but definitely in that last round for sure.
Yeah, I don't think down 40 you can do it, but... Or down 50 even, which was even more of what the right answer was. Again, opportunity for Shea if she wants it. She tried it. And she's just going to shut down. Now she's going to go back to the 15s, though.
I think that's go ahead. We can't guess, but that's exactly what I would do. Go back to the 15s.
And Jillian does get the close and the point lead still, so is what I would do if I were her.
Go ahead and get rid of it. Finally able to do so. Gentleman's calling for it in the background.
I like it.
Not able to take them all, so Jillian does have a... That's not a bad strategy by any means. Just go ahead and hit the 18s. Add some more points to the scenario.
That's what Shea would have done in that situation.
Not able to have a game shot here.
Well, that's a happy little accent.
Yep, it was exactly that. And she grabs another bull, too. So now, Jillian, if she don't hit 3, I'm kind of thinking this may go to Shea. Because Shea only needs 3.
Oh, that's a great double. Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to take a short break to hear from our players after this leg. Is it going to be a 4-1 scoreline, or is Jillian going to be able to hold this? Oh, this is a tough moment for Jillian.
Oh, that's a tough dart. Such a tough dart.
Marker? Not quite.
Wow. Down to the wire here in this one. Back to Jillian needing one.
And there it is. 3-2 scoreline as we head into the break, Will.
Yeah, I'm happy Jillian got that one, to be honest, because that could have been really demoralizing, I think, if she hadn't have gotten that one, because just the distance she had out in front of Shea before she really made that really fight back was impressive. We got some interviews, don't we? Let's go ahead and listen to them, and then we'll be right back with some more action from this WCS Queen Seat matchup.
Back here for the WCS, we're joined by Jillian Fancy Pants Phillips. And Jillian, tonight, what vendor are you playing for and what bar are you playing out of?
Yeah, I'm shooting for WWDL Idaho, and I am shooting out of the Redwood Lounge just outside of Salt Lake City.
And you know, you're at this point in the bracket where you're in the queen seat matchup. Going into the season, was this kind of what you expected to happen?
I mean, you hope. I'm kind of in the middle of the pack when it comes to the ratings when you look at the top 16. So, I mean, you hope that you make it this far, and I'm super stoked to be where I'm at and can't wait to play Shea tonight.
Now, of course, to get to this match, you had a couple of tough ones along the way, but the one we wanted to highlight was your match against Taylor Thaxton. Can you talk to us a little bit about that match from your perspective?
Oh, yes. I knew it was going to be a battle going in. I had the privilege of shooting with Taylor in Chicago a couple months back, and I know the type of player she is, so I knew she was going to be tough. But it was a great match. Ultimately, I do feel like I gave, especially game one, gave that one away, unfortunately, because I just couldn't find the bowls yet. But it was a match worth watching and worth participating in, and I'm glad it went the way it did, obviously, but I knew T was going to be tough.
Well, you got another tough one. You're facing the defending champion in Shea Cole tonight. What's going to be your game plan going into this matchup?
Oh, man. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get warm. I know lots of people like to warm up against a person. However, I'm a fan of going in and just playing cricket by myself and just banging it until I 9 mark each number, and just warming up, really trying to get out of any type of maybe negative headspace or psyched outness that someone might have knowing they're going up against, Shea. So yeah, just warming up, getting a couple drinks in me so I'm not, playing the head game and hoping for the best.
And of course, let's say you get the win tonight, right? What would it mean to you to make your first WCS final?
Man, that would be pretty big. Not a lot of West Coast gals out here on that list. So first of all, to be on the list is incredible, and it would be huge. It would be awe-inspiring. I don't know. I words can't even express, because it's something that you strive towards. So even just playing for the queen seat's incredible. Queen seat, I should say, is incredible, but it would be huge. It would be changing out here for the out west girls, I hope.
Is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
Yeah, thanks. Huge shout out to my sponsor for always believing in me, Mike Muller with Team Beast out of Washington. And obviously all my friends and family who support me on the incredible dart journeys that I get to go on, and always watching and cheering me on and being my biggest cheerleaders in the house.
We are excited to see Fancy Pants take on Shea Cole, and what should be a very intense matchup to see who gets the queen seat in season 4 of the WCS. And Jillian, we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
I'm Jillian Phillips, and you guys are tuning in for the WCS series. Fancy Pants out.
Discover your full potential when you shop our July Dart of the Month, the Cosmo David Cameron V2 darts. Available in steel tip and soft tip with an unbeatable 15% off discount you can't miss. David Cameron is best known as the first ever 2022 World Seniors Darts Masters champion against the legendary Phil Taylor. These darts mirror David's exact grip and play style with simple radial grooves and vertical cuts that anyone can master. Pops of red along the barrel catch your eye, giving it a timeless edge. You can also get a chance to win your choice of Fit Flight David Cameron dart flights between the shape Rocket or Standard to pair with your new set of darts. How do you enter this month's raffle? Just purchase our July Dart of the Month special and you'll automatically get entered. The giveaway ends August 1st. Get your set today so David Cameron can look like this when you do. Tap the banner on our homepage at a2zdarts.com to shop the Dart of the Month. And don't worry, we ship internationally. Best of luck to everyone!
Joined here by Shea Cole for the WCS. We're back in the queen seat here. Tonight, Shea, what vendor are you playing for and what bar are you playing out of?
I am playing for Rosemary Coin Vending, and I will be playing out of Magoo Sports and Spirits in Myrtle Beach.
And last time we saw you, you actually had a great matchup against Olivia Terry. It was a really fun back and forth between the two of you with a separation that kind of showed in your favor at the end. Talk us through the match on your perspective there.
It was definitely a fun match, but it also was a not fun match. For whatever reason, early on, I couldn't produce anything when it was her throw, and she played absolutely fantastic. It was one of those matches where, looking back on it, you could say it was a fun match, but in the moment, you just didn't want to go to the last leg decider.
Yeah, it was really entertaining for us to watch. It was just so strong on the holds of throw until finally the break came through. Now going into tonight, another match where you don't really want a last leg decider, right? You're playing Jillian Phillips. What's going to be your game plan going into this matchup as she's making her first Queen Seat appearance?
So same game plan as every week. It's a new game. It's a new day. It's always a new opponent. Jillian's fantastic. She played great against Taylor. I'm just going to do the same thing. It's not the same warm-up partner. I'll be warming up with Mr. Juggernaut, Rick Kinsey, instead of Mike. Happy anniversary, Mike and Becky. So I won't be warming up with Mike, but I'll be just doing my normal thing, going through the motions, and hopefully it'll all go smooth.
And of course, if you win tonight, this is the second season it's being singles, that would make you have your second finals appearance in 2 seasons. What would that mean to you if you get to that point?
I'm really trying not to look too far ahead. I just want to go one game at a time. Obviously, winning last season was huge for me. It was my first time playing PPD. And, sometimes you just want to prove that you can still do it, even though maybe things don't go the way you always want them to, or maybe the love of the game's not there. But hard work, perseverance, and so a lot of people that just stay behind you and can really push you can make your game get better. So it'd be great to win it again. I'm not thinking anything forward to it. When the moment comes, then we'll see how I feel then.
Anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I want to send out my deepest condolences to everybody in Texas for all the stuff they're going through. I don't know anything like it. Sending lots of thoughts, prayers, wishes to all of them. I want to say a special shout out to Magoo's, Heath. I want to say a shout out to Dardax and Chris Weatherly and the Village and John Eric them, and last and not least my family and friends, Ronnie, Kayla, all of them, for just being a huge support system for me and constantly being there.
Well, we are excited to get the Queen Seat underway with Jillian Phillips and Shea Cole. We wish you nothing but the best of luck tonight in what should be a great matchup.
My name is Shea Cole, and you're watching the WCS.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go once again. A 3-2 advantage to Shea Cole, as we had quite the exciting leg going into our break here. That 5th leg was pretty impressive, wasn't it, Sean?
Yeah, it was a hard-fought leg back and forth that Jillian ended up scrapping out, and it could be a difference, right? Shea having the 3-2 advantage. She is going first, so race to 7. Not quite halfway there for either player, so there's still a long way to go in this match, but Jillian's got to keep it close if she wants to take down the defending champion.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle. We mentioned that ahead of time, and because Shea does get the throw here, and that she does have that one leg extension, she's done the dirty work already. She's broke already once in this match, so if she can just kind of hold on and keep getting those legs that matter, she should have the upper hand going into our potential decider or last leg. Another one of those Matt Campbell moments that you were supposed to catch that one there, Sean.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All righty.
That was more of a Matt Campbell response, what I just gave.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, everybody, we love interviewing Matt Campbell because it is really hilarious outside of the actual interview. It's definitely not fun during the cameras on, but before and after is a lot of fun. And it is fun to see if we can actually get him to answer questions. And if he doesn't know you, he definitely will answer those questions. But if he does know you, good luck. Boom goes the dynamite for Shea.
I was pleasantly surprised he answered the do you think it should change one the way he did. I was like, okay, cool. I got something out of him.
Yeah.
Should have stopped right then and there.
For sure. Yeah. Then you asked a secondary question. That was just, you were asking way too much.
Yep, exactly. Well, Shea has put herself out in front here. No doubt about that. If she can go ahead and hammer these 19s right from the get-go. Alexa more 20s, though. All right. Making them count.
Hey. She is not one to shy away from pointing. And if you have the 4.5 average going up against a 3.5 average, extend out that game. Yep. Because it's going to eventually catch up to you that you should have the advantage average-wise to win those legs with the longer it goes. So this is a perfectly acceptable thing for Shea to do. It's not going to be fun for Jillian if it continues that way because it will make it very hard for her to win. But that's kind of the point, right?
Make it hard. Make it difficult. If you're going to get through the champ, you got to make it difficult.
Seeing Shea goes back to the points, which definitely only being a 42-point lead for sure. And that's also why she's doing it, right? Because it's Jillian who can hit 7 marks on big numbers at a moment's notice, hit 9 marks. She's already hit 2 of them so far. You got to prepare for that. And she's doing that by making sure she has that point lead by enough to where her opponent can't get ahead.
All right, 20s, 17s are away. What does she do here? More points than the 16s? Yeah, shook that one off. Does she go back up? The gentleman over at the bar he's either saying praise be or go up. I'm thinking the go up.
Oh, I think it's praise Jeebus.
She did elect to do so.
Well, you can see she's talking to Ronnie, and she was like, I wasn't really sure what to do there, and so it just did that.
Yeah, if you're unsure, go ahead and point. I mean, it's never a wrong answer to go ahead and go back to point. You don't want to put yourself in a situation by not, by not thinking about it and then going at something you shouldn't. So when you're just in doubt, go for points.
All right, Jillian looking at those 16s. Again, the fact that she's not just scrapping along, she's staying with Shea, and Shea's throwing a 4.13. She's trying. She not that she wouldn't anyway, but not only is she trying, she's doing what she needs to do. It's just Shea's doing more. A lot more.
Wow.
Boom goes the dynamite again for Shea, her second of the leg after the break.
Yeah, that puts us up to 3 apiece here. Thinks about it for a second, but
see if she goes. No, she stayed there. That was an aggressive move, which again up 100 and 28 points is totally fine to do that. Because even a 9 mark here from Jillian, well, 9 mark might get the point. It did not, but probably wouldn't have done as much damage as would have been needed.
Yeah, hammers the 15, gets rid of it. Yeah, looking like a 4-2 advantage towards Shea here.
And again, she's raised the average up to a 4.3 to a 4.36. I mean, at some point, Jillian's got to be like, what do I have to do? Like,
we said it before. I mean, Shea was averaging the 4.3, and we said she has to average a 5 against it. Mm-hmm. It's just so tough to do.
Yeah.
Jillian's doing about as much as she can here. Yeah, there you go. Double for the win. 4.46 for Shea Cole.
Coming out of the break, that was hot.
That was
some hot darts.
Smoking.
Yeah. I love the mask reference.
You got it every once in a while, right? Give it a go.
Oh, it's one of the greatest underrated Jim Carrey movies. Right up there with Liar
Liar. I haven't seen it. Haven't seen that one either.
It's pretty bad at times, but it's got its moments.
I mean, come on now. Even the dance montage is fantastic.
All right. Scale 1 to 10. How good was Mask, folks? Let's hear it in the chat. Put it in there. Do it now. 1 to 10. 1 being bad, 10 being good. Of course, the typical. Let's hear it.
I mean, I didn't say I was rating it a 10. I'm just saying.
Well, what would you rate it? Go ahead.
8.
8? I don't know about an 8, brother. I'd go maybe
it's
like
Jim
6.
Carrey.
Maybe like
it's Jim
6.
Carrey doing the best Jim Carrey stuff.
Oh my gosh, we got a 5. A good answer from somebody. A couple 10s in here. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
3. Oh.
0 from Nikki.
Okay, I don't know about that. That's
8.2 from Alex is about right.
Alex, you're shunned from this chat. Get out of here. I like to see some honest answers out of everybody, though. That's reassuring that we've actually got some people that going to give us some solid ones here. All right, back to this match, though, for real.
For sure.
After your statement, go ahead.
No, I still am going to say that it's not as good as Liar. Liar is still the best Jim Carrey movie.
It's pretty good one. Pretty good one.
Like,
but Truman Show is good as well.
Not as
he's got a lot of
Eternal Sunshine here is my favorite, by the way.
Okay, the dramas are good too. All right, we get it. But
Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind is the best Jim Carrey movie. Changed my mind.
Oh my goodness! Don't get us. All right, boys, we can't get on this roller coaster ride. But I'm just gonna say, The Grinch up there.
Performance, maybe movie. I don't know.
Ace Ventura too. Dumb and Dumber. Those are classics too. You got to throw those up at the top of the list. Mask has got to be like in the middle.
For sure. It's falling.
Bottom.
It's falling down now.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're welcome. There we go. When reality strikes that that's not even up there in the top 5 Jim Carrey movies, then you know you messed up. All righty. Jillian Phillips, 160 to 108 here, has the 20s her way, but we've seen what Shea can do here on those 17s. Yeah, she rightfully gets rid of them with a double 17 to start.
Yeah, and Jillian with a start here. Again, these are legs that she has to win now. She cannot drop any more that she is starting. Kinsey, you can just go ahead and blame Nick DeShera for that.
No. Don't do them like that. We're working on it. We'll get a location there in Utah for next season, guaranteed. I know.
Or Adam, if it was Adam that was watching. Sorry.
If you subscribe, you get.
Look, that first start's mismarked. First start's mismarked.
It opens up the portal for everything to go your way.
Did you just see that?
I did not. What you said a miss mark?
I think Shea saw it too, though, because she kind of pulled her darts out slower. But
that can, let's be honest, so that can happen in a duration of a match. Like, you could not be paying attention by accident, just knowing that most of the time the board's going to be right. Probably 99, 98% of the time it's going to be right.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. But you always look for that 1%.
And people in the PPD program will tell you typically if it happens in the first 1 or 2 darts, they'll stop, back it up to just get done there because you have control of the board. If it's on a third dart and it doesn't change the state of the game, sometimes it's like, it's so hard to wave down the opponent. But it's always, if it's stuck in the board, it's the player's advantage, but the player has to capitalize the advantage. Just like in Steel, you have to check your chalker, right? You have to make sure the score is right before you start throw.
Well, make it count. Nonetheless, she does have a pretty good 7 mark on the 15s. Granted, Jillian just needs the 1 to close here, so should not matter much, but you never know. You never know. All right, it's done.
Oh no. Hey, Will, if you were going to invite me to DPFL, like as a part of the team, you don't have to do that anymore if Michael's going to be there.
What?
I'd rather not go.
Oh no.
I gotta admit,
we're bringing in somebody else for that. Actually, it's going to be not any of our crew.
It's Keegan Brown again. I gotta say, Michael Walters keeps trying to play darts, and he keeps sending me up as we get a boom goes to dynamite there, and a 200-point limit at that. By the way, just a reminder of that. Sean, should I play with Michael Walters? Yes or no?
No. He's actually, you'd have fun. He's gotten a lot better too. I think that'd be a good matchup.
A little aggressive move, but I like it from Jillian. We're still round 11, but go ahead and put it down on her, and then go ahead and hit these 3. 1, 2, 3, 3.82 gets it done.
Well, Mike wanted to show me that he beat Steve McDowell 9-1.
Oh, that's nothing to brag about. You're picking on old people. That's wrong.
I beat him in the Super Cup.
That was a joke, by the way. Come on, guys. Well, 4 mark. At least put some points on the board for Shea. Get some get a stream in North Dakota already. Well, we're working on it, but we found out they run the internet with some guy just grabbing a wheel and turning it by hand out there in North Dakota. So we'll see if we can get it out there. I know that there's been some requests for North Dakota, South Dakota. We know that those are some big states when it comes to darts.
I think that still might be my all-time favorite underrated line from Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine, when he is digging and he's like, I am in the middle of downtown North Dakota trying to dig up. It's just the middle of nothing. And it's so great.
There's some good locations. There's some prime spots as far as just beautiful spots to look at and just have a view for miles and miles.
And let's just say it, pictures don't do it justice.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Jillian's doing herself so much justice right now. It's actually impressive. Not just having the strong performance towards the end of last leg going into this one, but she was very conscientious of the 1 mark per round difference in their average. And I think she's here to play a little bit of spoiler on the favorites. I love every bit of it. And it's one of those players that once you meet once, never to underestimate. And that's been the Jillian Phillips story to an extent.
Well, I'll say this. It's still not the most impressive that we've seen these ladies throughout the event. The margin, the averages speak for themselves. I mean, it's a 3.75 for Shea and a 3.32 for Phillips, which seems low. I mean, honestly, it seems like we've had some hefty rounds in there, but we've had a few deceiving legs as well. I mean, we had a 1.33 from Jillian to open us up, and she had a 2.93 in there as well. And then for Shea, she just had a case of some threes, some lower threes here and there that have kind of brought her average down.
Well, if Jillian was to ask you, what can I be doing now? What do I have to do? You said 5s. She's throwing a 5.4 currently. Yep. Of course, this is when Shea's going to throw a 5.2. And continue to just do that. Boom goes the dynamite for Shea. What a 9 mark. My goodness. Let's give a huge shout out to Ram, who's in the chat watching along with us. Brother, great job representing the U.S. Over in Korea. That was awesome.
No, to your point, though, it's iron sharpening iron. But what Jillian has done particularly well is not only just raising her average up, but her timing of her shots seems to have gotten better. She seems to be following up one shot after another. And then, of course, when she does that, Shea's like, okay, I'm Shea Cole. I forgot for a second. Let me just go ahead and not miss. But that's what happens, right? These ladies are bringing out the best in each other, and that's what's so fun to watch them play.
No, it's exactly it. Once one rises, the other one does too. And then we see the moment where they kind of maybe has whittled down. And don't get me wrong, like Kaylee's saying, not impressive while they're shooting 4s and 5s. I get it. This leg, they're going ham. But I'm taking on overall averages for the match. It's just surprising where their overall match average is compared to what we've seen from these ladies, where it's been, moments of back and forth 7s and 5s that have just been downright crazy. So I'm just pointing out facts. Sorry to admit it.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's just Shea, again, continues to be more masterful in these situations. And Jillian's doing exactly what she should be able to do, like what she should have to do to win against the throw against Shea Cole. But Shea is timing her massive performances perfectly in this situation.
Kaylee doesn't even know it's me instead of you.
Hey, you be nice to my girl Boots. You be nice to my girl Boots. Let's go, Florida strong.
Well, no kidding. I just thought it was funny. But anyway, no, I think you're right. Where Jillian is putting up a great performance here, but then Shea just stomps on the gas and knows those exact times to do it. She puts herself in these situations where she plays the Mike Maloney, the Rick Kinsey to warm up, where they're slapping 9s and 7s all over the place, and she knows, all right, I see it. I need to produce the same thing in order to stay with them, and this is exactly what she's doing here in this leg, and that's why she's probably going to get the best of Jillian, even though Jillian was throwing that hefty 5. Now she's got this 5 her way. It's one of those situations where it's a defending champion showing why she's the defending champion. And why it's so tough to defeat Shea Cole. 2 legs that really mattered here. Leg 3, leg 4. It was a 4.33 and a 4.38 from Shea that won her those 2 legs back to back. And that is where you get to this point where in the back of your head, if I just win every throw that I have, I'm okay. And that's exactly the spot she's in right now.
And Shea going to go right at the Bulls, most likely.
Why not? You've got this point spread. Go ahead and hammer it in. What a 5.16, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to jump up her average. It's almost a 4.
Which is still well below her mark, but that's not the point. What you said earlier is correct. The timing of Shea's big rounds and big legs have been with her throw and the one time against the throw so far, and that's been the difference. Must wins here for Jillian. I think she's got to win the next 2 legs, really.
That would be ideal if she can make it 5-5. She really stands a chance here. I don't know. She's got to find a way to hammer in another start like she had in that last leg, and hope that Shea doesn't produce. That's kind of in the where your mind's starting to lean to, is like, all right, I hope she doesn't keep this up. I hope she kind of takes a tumble at some point.
And it's Shea. If averages are averages for a reason, we could start seeing those 5s.
Yeah, she's got some room to grow. That's the scary part. That kind of was getting to with she's only at this average. She's only at a 3.93. She's average for the tournament is a 4.51. Like, yeah, then you know that there's possibly a few 5s that are about to come your way.
Mm-hmm.
So hold out, Jillian. See if you can get a 1 on the board here, maybe a second. I think she's got to take 2 of the next 3. That's the ideal mark. 2 of the next 3.
I agree with that.
You can afford to miss one, but you got to get 2 of the next 3.
If she only gets 1 of the next 3, it's over. So, yeah. 2 is ideal.
I was
really,
you're going to catch on, Sean.
Really, 3 of the next 3 would be more ideal, but that's fine.
Sean, I'm trying to lead you in on these ones all night, and you're just not even taking advantage of it.
I'm trying not to make you sound a certain way. Boom goes the dynamite once again for Shea. She had 10 coming into this. She is up to 5 tonight.
Yeah, she's got 5 to Jillian's 4. Mike even caught on before you on that one. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, what you're saying is true.
Give it right back, Shea.
Wow. Another.
Oh.
But again, throwing a 6 right now.
And in the middle of the match, she is dangerous. She's dangerous, man.
Can we say something that just I think needs to be said? Jillian Phillips belongs with this top level competition, and I think that she doesn't get a lot of credit in the women's game at this point, just being kind of that kind of newer player on the big scene from Utah. The Lost Boys were talking about her at least a couple of years ago for us, and I mean, she's just continued to improve and get better. And the more that she battles in this, the more that she seems to prove that she belongs here, and that not only does she belong, she's going to be a competitor in this for quite a while.
Good statement. And I think it was rightful for us to say that the unknown, we still don't really haven't seen that success or level of success from certain people. So we kind of turn our cheek just for a little bit to see, all right, we got to go another direction for a little. They make a run, but we don't know how far or how good they really are. But yeah, this is really a statement bracket for Jillian to come through where she has, and wherever this one goes, she's going to be sitting either in the 3rd place or hill position, guaranteed top 3 here in this bracket, which is great. And that can possibly give you a good mindset for future events coming her way. I believe that she's going to be in that invitational coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be a big run for her on that one. You never know.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to start more so believing that she's going to make deep runs when she's in tournaments, right?
Yep.
Like that. That's an expectation that I'm going to start having, is I expect her to be in the top 5th, 6th, that invitational at the very least, and competing.
you look at our brackets before a show and you circle her name or put a little notch by it and say, okay, let's see where her bracket is. I think I like my odds for her on certain runs. Yeah, we do that with a lot of our past CSC participants that have made runs that were like, oh, we didn't see that one coming. Circle that one down. Potential another run in the next few that come their way. So who knows?
Well, for me, Jillian Phillips, it was about a year ago where her, Jessica Melton, Taylor Thaxton jumped into the invitational shootout field. Right. I mean, they were the only 3 females in the field dominated by males, and went out there and performed, went out there and played with their whole hearts out. And that moment I was like, man, there's some serious mojo going on. And then on top of that, saw a great performance out of Jessica Melton just before that in Chicago, where she threw a 6-star 301. There's just so many things where like once these girls get on the radar, it's like, oh, you're a real deal. You're an absolute threat. And then it just continues to see them at more and more events. I mean, Sean and I saw Jillian do quite well over at Cleveland, and they'd never even played steel, her and Jessica. So it's really cool to see the development of these players, because you are absolutely right in your analysis there, boys. She's a threat that's going to continue to have expected deep runs in brackets as she continues to grow her game. And her 10 plus years of experience are just a small portion of what's going to be a long, illustrious career for her, you'd have to think.
And what we're seeing here is Shea start to hit her stride.
Yeah.
We at 5'5", you just mentioned it earlier, Will. The average dictates that she'll be kind of in the stride here, and it's if she finds these gears, which she obviously is finding right the second, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I think Jillian needed to just have forget that first leg. Of course, it's hard to do that. That first one's kind of your warm up leg, essentially, to kind of get yourself settled into a match. But yeah, you throw that one at the board, kind of a different ball game. Then, if you make it interesting with a 3-5-6, if you replace the first and second leg, I mean, yeah, totally different outcome potentially. But we're not done here. I mean, this will go 6-3, but we'll see.
I just also love this comment from world champion Michael Smith saying, but she is the biggest cheerleader I ever played against, in reference to Jillian Phillips.
Oh,
that is a heck of a compliment.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she's a big time cheerleader. I think, and I'll say this too. I love the support that the ladies have for each other. I mean, you don't see that in the men's game as much as you do in the women's game, where you see a lot of support from the ladies, in the group chats, whether it be just visually here on the player cam and game screen, where you see them start every time. And even Jillian tonight buying around for Shea as she got to the bar. That's cool. That's really neat. I love that.
Hashtag women supporting women. Notice, guys, how Sean and Will did not join on that hashtag there. Shows they're not girls. Guys, I've been saying it for so long.
Don't call us out. Don't do like that. We were just waiting for the hashtags to flow, and then we were gonna say them out loud, But anyway, back to where
Sean
we were
and Will
at.
took away women's invincible shooter.
Sean. All right, we all know who actually works for who here. Okay, calm down. Back to the match here, as we're gonna escape the trouble end of this stick. No,
I mean, listen. I didn't have to do a live video to explain the rule changes, did I?
Now, level play, all Nick's idea. So, all right, back to the match. Here we go. You started this fire. Put it out, son. Put it out. Put it out. Here we go. All right, Jillian throws in a big 6 mark to put herself in a good position, 86 ahead.
Well, I think that Jillian has to win the next 4 legs if she really wants to have a shot here. See, nothing. That's what I thought.
Yep. You're welcome.
Isn't it weird? Yeah. Paul, you're so cute. Paul, hashtags have to be all together or else it doesn't work as a hashtag.
It's okay. He's learning. Don't dog the man.
He's put hashtag Sean sucks. Of course I'm allowed to dog the man for that.
This could be a moment here for Shea. Unfortunate turn for Jillian there. Oh, yeah, she took a chance, and you can't blame her for doing so. I mean, take that opportunity to steal away the 20s when you can.
Like Gordon Dixon said, he would do stupid things for those 20s. Desperate things. And hey, A to Z Darts is turning up the heat this summer with yet another Dart of the Month special. Purchase the Cosmo David Cameron V2 darts for 50% off all month long and automatically get entered into their monthly raffle to win a set of Fit Flight David Cameron dart flights to match your new dart set. Just tap the banners on their homepage to shop all of the hot deals.
Deals, deals, deals. All right. Jillian steps back. I like that play there. Just go ahead and step back and kind of come back like you were never on the line. Try to make the best out of this. You need it. And that is unfortunate. You can't go goose egg rounds here when it matters, and she's had 2 of them. Yeah, Shea rightfully takes them away too. Ouch.
Honestly, this gentleman in the white shirt just showing up just to hang out at the very end here.
Tony's got a pretty good one. Shea, the closer.
Okay.
Cole, I like that. That's pretty solid.
I'm starting to go with Shea needs no nickname Cole, man. I don't know. I'm starting to go into the let's just never give a nickname category.
Just Shea Cole.
Just Shea Cole.
Oh, and you could just you could do the name as just. So she's like just yeah. But also just,
Ooh. That works 2 ways. You're right.
Makeshift Nike logo underneath her stuff.
Ooh, I like that for justice. Yeah.
There you go. We just came up with a whole apparel line for you, girl. Here we go. Let us sit on the money. This for Jillian.
I do want to just
15.
I just got to say for Shea, by the way, she mentions it a little bit in her interview, as it is very interesting. Jillian's kind of she found that area and she's like, I'm sticking over here. But with Shea, she talks about kind of falling in and out of love with the game based on life and the distractions that come with it and just general passion for the game. It's so interesting to see if this is her not fully into it, not this match per se, but the game in general. What does that look like on the other end?
Oh, man, I think darts is a tough sport because it's so grinding. It's so all the time. It can be hard. I mean, getting through the hustle bustle of things. So you can get down and out by just a few bad rounds. That's how easy that mindset can shift. So I don't know. I'm active on the take a break when you need it kind of deal. And by break, I mean like a couple weeks. Like, why not? Your darts are always going to be there. You're going to pick them up pretty quick. So when you need some time off, you need some time off. I think the pros do that, but of course, you can't do it in the middle of this. You're not going to be able to, but you can prepare beforehand to have a grind out session.
And on top of that, for someone like Shea, who got into the sport because of her father, who has since passed away, I could definitely see a love-hate relationship with something like that. That would be difficult to kind of stay focused on tremendously. And like Will said, this game is an absolute grind. It's a game that you have to stay really on top of if you want to stay at that top level. Like, you have to practice. It's such a minuscule area that you're hitting and missing, and the preciseness of that on top of having to time it perfectly. There's a reason why this is a game that is known as strictly a mental game to a lot of the governing bodies. So yeah, the mental aspect of it, being in love with this game, being in love with the mindset of wanting to compete is vital to the ultimate success. So for Shea, just thinking about how dangerous she could be if there was like that full-time commitment to it, it just tells you a lot.
That's always a trick I kind of use. Just after a tough loss or something, I would actually just set my darts down for 3-4 days, come back hungry, rather than trying to fight it out by just missing, continue to make mistakes. So, yep. Some advice for everybody right now, though. Shea Cole, look at her go, man. She has put the gas pedal to the floor here, just continuing to find success when it matters. She went 5-1-6 in leg number 10, or sorry, not leg number 10. That would be leg number 8. Or we just kind of have that lined up differently in our system. Sorry. And leg number 9, what a 5.23, and she's going to follow it up with a goodie here.
Which again, once you told me the averages, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Kind of at the end.
You're not going to be dumbfounded when it comes to the end here, I think. And just to say where they were and where they end up, and wait along for that. I'll reveal it once we get done here. But yeah, so far, Shea just needing the 2 to go ahead and write this in the books for a win.
Reading off a couple of these because Shea Cole's going to listen to this back, by the way. Shea Butter, the coal miner, Shea Coal Miner, Shea the Slay Cole. These are all your different options for when you listen back to the Shea. That's what the chat suggested.
I like the closer out of everything. I think it's a goodie. 4-5-4 for the closer to get it done, as she's going to take the win here. I think, yeah, I mean, statement made, especially in the latter stages when it mattered.
Yeah, Shea performed at her best level there at the end. It's something where if she can do that for 7 legs straight, she's shown that she can do that, and those are when she wins 7-0, right? So she's now the queen seat. She's in that queen spot. It's where she probably belongs, especially with how her performance has been so far this season. And she's gonna be really difficult to beat twice in a final. I can just tell you that much. But even with the gap that's there between the averages, you can see that there's a way through. But not when Shea shoots like that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough climbing when you've got Shea doing that at the back end of the match when it matters the most. But yeah, I mean, at half it was a 3.76 for Shea, a 3.09 for Jillian. So, like I said, a little bit lower than we anticipate going into that break. But then you turn it around at the end here. Shea actually only threw a 4.12 compared to her 4.51 to go into this match. But Jillian, I mean, she bettered her average. She was actually at a 3.46 overall for the evening. So a little bit higher than her average going into this matchup tonight. But I think overall she's going to be a little frustrated taking the L here. But she played well. I think she had times where she really was there. I mean, made a stand in a few legs where 1 or 2 darts could have gone her way.
I mean, what you just said there is so shocking. She raised her average by 0.4 after the break to Jillian, and she won one of those legs.
Yep.
Like that.
Both competitors did. Both competitors did.
And that's where the real difference is that Shea was also able to do that at the same time, which again is why she's sitting in the queen seat, why she's going to be the toughest to beat in the final. I'm excited to see who it's going to be. Jillian's going to be a very tough opponent there in that 3rd place match. She gets the winner of Olivia Terry and Taylor Thaxton, which will be happening next week. And that is a big matchup.
That's going to be an exciting matchup. I think both of those ladies play with some energy, some fire. We should see some roars on the stream, no doubt. Some big nines, clutch moments. You're going to want to tune in Monday for that matchup. It's going to be a great battle. 8 p.m. Central Time right here on USA Darts, as well as Partners Promoting Darts. Again, big shout out to the PPD for, of course, providing this action for you all to enjoy and watch remotely. For us, it's great to do this from the comfort of our home, and I'm sure it's nice for these competitors to just go to the local bar and do that as well. So, hey, what do you say?
Yeah, that's going to do it for us. Next week. But yep, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, next Monday, Taylor and Olivia, 8 p.m. All righty, Sean, Will, Nick, we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Have a great
night. Shea coleslaw, ice cold Shea Cole.